Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of This Week on iRacing. Yes, I am finally back from my paternity leave. I hope you've all been well and you haven't missed this series too much. But we are finally back, and my goodness me, we've got a banger of a week this week. So let's go straight into it and let's talk about one of my favourite events of the year. It's a special event this week, and it is the Daytona 500. I love this event so much. Now, there are open and fixed options to run this week. I will post the times on the screen for you now, so you know exactly when you can enter. Now, these times on the screen are in my time, so they are in GMT, so you'll want to make sure you convert it to your time zone. Now, one thing I get asked about essentially this event all the time, every year, is where do you find it? Because it's not classed as a special event. It doesn't have its own kind of logo or you know, option in the UI. If you want to find it, it's under this. So it's the NASCAR iRacing Series Fixed or the Open. Now, the Open obviously just means you have an open setup with a fixed, pretty self-explanatory. It is a fixed setup. Now, it's a 200-lap race. It is the Daytona 500, so it's a 500-mile race. Every lap is 2.5 miles, hence Daytona 500. Now, I do believe it's a 37 cars are allowed on the track. So when you sign up to your race, you might have 37, maybe slightly less, depending on the sign-ups. It's a very popular event. You only need C license to take part in this. Yeah, it is chaotic. It can feel long-winded, but the build-up is totally worth it for the last 10-15 laps. I do it every year, and the views are fantastic. Chat absolutely love it, and so do I. So if you're looking for something to do, something a little bit different this week, do the Daytona 500 if you've got your C oval license, because it is fantastic fun. Something a little bit different, a little bit more relaxed, I find, as well, because it's a little bit to kind of just keep yourself on the lead lap until you know, it all kicks off, you know, the last 10-15 laps or whatnot. And yeah, really looking forward to this, and I hope you are too. Okay, next up, let's talk about the Porsche Cup series, shall we? Because my goodness me, it's so popular on iRacing right now, and it's not going to change this week. If anything, we might see a record amount of sign-ups, and that's because the Porsche Cup car this week is going to Daytona, and both the open and the fixed have no chance of rain at all whatsoever. So I think we're going to see an incredible amount of sign-ups. It's going to be immense. It really will. Will we get 1,000 people registered for, I don't know, like a 8 p.m. on a Tuesday, Wednesday night, something like that, maybe at the weekend? I don't know, but I reckon we're going to see a record-breaking week for the Porsche Cup car, because I think Daytona it's not loved by everybody. Of course it's not. It's got its haters, and rightly so. But it is still a very popular track amongst sim racers, and many people have it. So I can just see this being a record-breaking week this week. But we shall see. Anyways, like I said, no chance of rain. Nice and low track temperature, so you don't need to worry about the track getting too hot either. And with these cars having a little bit more horsepower than the previous generation, and TC and ABS, I think you're going to see some lightning quick times. Now, whether they are as fast as GT3s, I don't know, but I think it's going to be scarily close. I really do. I wouldn't want to be a GT3 fighting one of these things, especially when you've come out of the bus stop. These things are going to be lightning fast. So yeah, I think we're going to see some crazy top-end speeds. Yeah, I think everyone's basically going to be running at minimum wing, as you'd expect at Daytona. But yeah, like I said, it's going to be very popular. I couldn't miss out covering this one. It's just too good to miss. And I think it starts about 5 p.m. in-game, so it might be a little bit sunsetty as well, which is nice. 15-lap race for anyone who is interested. So yeah, enjoy this week. Hopefully you've got Daytona, because if you do, you can do the special event and you can take part in the Porsche Cup this week. So yeah, if you haven't got it, maybe give it a go. All right, next up, let's talk about the IMSA series, shall we? So we've got the IMSA Open, Fixed, and the Endurance this weekend. Now, we are heading to Road America for this week, and in-game start time is pretty late in the day, so almost 6 p.m. And because it's quite late in the day and it's kind of sunset kind of vibes, the track temperature is once again nice and low. So you don't need to worry about it. It's going to be around 20 degrees Celsius. Now, Road America for me is not one of my favourite tracks, but I can happily admit it is very popular on the server. So again, I think this will get some really good numbers this week, but it is going to be fighting with the Porsche Cup at Daytona, and there is a special event with the Daytona 500 this week. So I still think this is going to be very good numbers. There's a lot of people that do just the sports car stuff and don't try the oval stuff, so it shouldn't affect it that much. But the Porsche Cup Series at the moment is so popular, it might pull some people away from Road America, and they might do that at Daytona instead. But regardless, this should have good participation throughout the whole week, because it pains me to say this, but it's a good combo on this service. As much as I don't particularly like this track, and I think the standards are normally pretty poo-poo here, but combination-wise, it is pretty damn good, and it is very popular. So yeah, I won't slag it off too much. But yeah, IMSA at Road America, no chance of rain. Starts in the evening, track temperatures nice and low. Participation levels should be fairly decent. So yeah, that's IMSA this week. Let's have a look at what else iRacing has to offer this week. Right then, let's have a broader look at what is available for this week on iRacing. Week 9 now. Can you believe that? It is going very, very quickly this season. So I'm expecting some sort of development blog update about what we're going to get next season. What that will be, though, don't know. I don't know. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So let's start with the Ferrari 296 challenge. You're going to go to Interlagos this week. I really do love Interlagos. It is such a good track, isn't it? It really, really is. Oh, MX-5s are going there. Oh, is going there as well. Very nice, very nice. So that should be fairly popular as well. I've never raced the MX-5s at Interlagos, but I imagine they're pretty damn good there. I don't know a car that would be bad at Interlagos anyway. So any car works at Interlagos. It's that good of a track, if you ask me. Supercar Series, you're going to go to Suzuka for this week. Now, the GT3s, because I haven't actually covered it so far, you're going to go to Virginia International Raceway. So it's a free track, and that should help with participation levels. They always do. If it's a free track, then yeah, it's normally on the way up in terms of participation levels. Production Car Challenge, you are off to Summit Point Raceway. Again, it should help with participation levels. However, quite a few tracks around, quite a few cars, I should say, around this track. It's a small track anyways. It's not the widest in the world. That could be pretty chaotic. So if you're looking for a little bit of fun, not too worried about the old SR or IR, that might be the one for you. The Global Sports Car Challenge, you're going to go to the Red Bull Ring this week. Now, the Falcon Sports Car Challenge, at the moment, you're going to Monza Combined, which is hilarious. This week, you're going to go to Portland International Raceway. I haven't actually done an official race around Portland, and I think there's quite a few out there that haven't done it either. And I'm not expecting that to really change. It's just not a track that I don't think many people particularly asked for or wanted. But, I mean, it's good to have it, but I don't know, man. It's just one of those tracks. It just, whenever it's selected for a series, levels just drop, don't they? Unfortunately. TCR, you're going to VIR again. That should help with those participation levels quite nicely. Proto GT, currently at the Nordschleife, but you're going to go to Silverstone. It's going to be the Legacy Circuit, so the 2008 one. Some argue the better layout for that. Some would argue the better layout. So, yeah. GT3 Asia Tour, you're going to go to Oran Park. What else we got? The Americas, where are you off to this week? You're going to go to Lime Rock Park. Nice. GT3s around there are quite hilarious. And then the European Tour, you're going to go to that track. That track. I know every week, guys, you try and help me in the comments, but I am a silly man, and I just never learn. I never learn. Right, Ringmeister, you are going to have the LMP2 this week. I am eager to see how this works out. I really am. LMP2 at the Nordschleife Ringmeister Series. Should be okay. Should be okay. I think the LMP2 is going to be scary on some of the bumps, but I think that'll do all right, you know. I think that'll do all right. Hopefully it will shine some light on the LMP2, because it is still my favourite car on the surface, and for good reason, because it is a banger. Radicals, you're going to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's the 2019 Roval layout for you, boys and girls. IMSA Vintage, you are going to go to Hungaroring. Condolences for you. GTE, where are you going to? Are you going to Le Mans? Oh, very, very nice. Okay. That'll be pretty sick. It is one of the chicanes. So, I wonder what's going to be good there. Is it like the have a feeling the Ferrari's pretty good. I don't know. What else have we got here? I think these are just the endurance series of what we've looked at already, so we don't need to worry about those too much. Let's have a look at the Formula cars. What are the Formula cars doing this week? Let's start off with the F3 cars. You're going to go to Mount Panorama. Fantastic. If someone crashes in front of you, you are screwed. But if they don't, then you're probably screwed getting down the mountain anyways, because it is a disaster. It's so tough in one of those things. But if you can do it, fair play. Fair play to you. What else can we have a look at here? Super Formula Lights, where are you off to this week? You're going to go to Laguna Seca, again, free track, or, I mean, it's technically free if you joined iRacing before a certain date. You have to correct me in the comments about that. I don't know if it's still technically free if you sign up to iRacing. I don't know at the moment. I do know that's changing, but whether that's changed already, don't know, quite honestly. Let's talk about the F4s. Where are you going for? The F4s start with the European Tour, Snetterton. That's a 300 layout this week. Americas, you're going to VIR. That is the North course this week, so the shortened one. Where else? We've got the Asia Tour as well. That is going to go to Okayama. And then, what about the fixed? So, the fixed is Summit Point Raceway. Interesting. Okay. I think that pretty much covers it. What about the next series? That's going to go to Road Atlanta. Okay. We'll have a quick look at the IndyCar stuff. So, the Oval Series, you're going to go to Charlotte Motor Speedway for this week. And then for the Road Series, as just said, you're going to Road Atlanta for this one. And then NASCAR, of course, we already know about the NASCAR stuff. The next gens are going to be going to Daytona. I don't know whether the trucks will follow it. They probably will. They do indeed. So the trucks are going to be following that as well. What about these as well? They're going to follow it as well. So I think by the looks of things, pretty much everything is going to be going to Daytona for the ovals this week. It makes sense. You know, if it's happening IRL, then, you know, why wouldn't they do it in sim? But yeah, I have to say, a really solid week for me personally. A nice bit of variety. I think with the oval special events, lots of oval stuff to do as well. You know, where you've got the Daytona 500. There's a nice mix as well. The GT3 is going to VIR, IMSA at Road America, and the Porsche Cup cars at Daytona. I think there's just something for everybody this week. Yeah, I think it's just a solid week. It's not like overpowering. You haven't got loads of series all going to one place or anything like that. You remember a Daytona week where everything went to Daytona. You don't really have that, which is quite nice, and there's a nice variety. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of This Week on iRacing. If you have, as always, please do leave a like, subscribe on your way out so you don't miss an episode, because we're back every single week of every season. So take care, have a good one. Catch you for the next one.